This video explores the GitHub Copilot, focusing on the free version. By the end, you will know how to use the Copilot in a smarter way. So these are the agenda which we'll focus on here. Very first one, uh, we'll discuss how we can set up the Copilot in VS Code and what are their techniques like exact code recommendation, apply AI in a selected line of code, and so many things we'll discuss that time. And we have also the different command to use it to write your code more faster and debug it more faster. So like a slash command, hash command, and at the rate commands are there. So in Copilot you'll find it out the three types of mode, which is ask, edit, and agentic mode. So that will also be a cover in this video, and at the end we'll discuss about it. What are the features are and extra features are available in the paid version. No matter your background is student or corporate pro, this video will transform the way of code. You will learn how to write faster clean code for everything from your personal project to corporate world. So let's get started, and we'll first discuss about how to do the setup of Copilot. So you have to first open the VS Code and the select a particular folder where you want to write the code. So I have selected a location which is the GenAI location. You can also just select it any kinds of location there. You can select it, and then we'll start working on there. All the code and everything we'll write it here. So you can find it out. There is a icon. This is the Copilot icon. If this icon is not visible to you, so you can go to the extension here and just directly search it to Copilot. Okay. Copilot. If you search it the Copilot, you'll find it out the extension and you have to just install it. So for me, it's already installed. You can see it's already installed. In case that option is not there, then you can install it there. And if the option is visible, let me just close it. If the option is visible, when you click there, so it's asking that continue with the GitHub, because Copilot is the connected with the GitHub, and you have to sign in. Then you will find it out all kind of option, or else you can also skip it now and you can work on it, but you'll not find it out all the options. So let me also just continue with the GitHub. Uh, so it's asking for which kind of GitHub you want to use it. So let me also just do the setup, and then we'll start it. You can also just do the same. So I'm doing the setup with my GitHub account. Let me just continue. So yes, continue. Authorize VS Code Studio, and make sure that you should have a GitHub account, so you can just connect it over there. And now just for a verification, and let me just startingly use the ask mode. When I just write down hi, so it should be give the answer to you. If it's giving the answer, that means your uh, Copilot is properly working. So now the Copilot is working, so we have to go with one by one. So we done the very first one, which is uh, Copilot Copilot setup in the VS Code. Now it's time to discuss about the different techniques, like exact code recommendation via the comment. Suppose I want to write a code. Okay, I want to write a code. So you have to just create a first function. Let me just close it. As of now, we don't require the chat. Just create a new file. Suppose I'm a Python developer. I want to write some code. So let me just create a Python file. Um, we can say a first file dot py. Okay, so here I'll just write the code is just write it down the comment function for prime number to check. Okay, when you just write it down, the function for prime number to check, it's giving the option for you. Just click on the tab. Even is also giving the option for you. Click on a tab. So when I just clicking on a tab, it's automatically write it down all the code. So you can just verify its code is properly working or not. And because I just write it down the comment here, so accordingly it's giving the option for you. And now again it's also giving the other suggestions as well. If you want, you can, but I just want to check it. I will also just write it on a checking the function. When I just checking the function, and which is giving the answer is true. So when I just run it, let me also just run it here. Here I can just run it. I'll getting the option is a true here. So 11 is a prime number. You can also just check it like 18 is a prime number or not. So yes, 18 is not a prime number is giving the false. Again, I want to just check, just write it down the comment, check the um, number from 1 to 100. Yeah, 1 to 100. So done, done. It's automatically giving the option for you when I just run it. So it's giving the option which one is a prime, which one is a not prime, and return only prime numbers. So it will be change the, let me just remove it first. I think I have to just write it down again. Return the list of prime numbers. So it is giving you the list of prime number, and when I just run it, so you will getting the option of list of prime number. So I didn't write any code here. It's automatically giving the suggestions to you. So let's jump on the next one. Which techniques we have to apply? Apply the AI in a selected line of code. For example, I don't want this list comprehension to use it. Right? I don't want to use it. So here the option is showing when I just select it. So option is showing it here. When you just click it, he's giving the options. I want to modify, right? I don't want the list comprehension. I want to modify. So you can directly ask the question here, ki don't use list comprehension. Comprehension. Give me the simple way. So if you write in the statement here, so of course it will be work for only this particular line of code. So just pass it here. So it will be generate, and now it is generated here. It will give you the option want to accept or close it. If it looks good for you, so it just looks good for me, and it is acceptable. So previously the code was completely in comprehension format. Now it's a normal for loop. It's applied here. Okay, my code is ready, and now in while writing the code, I want that every time some test cases should also be written and is follow some guidelines. So in that time, I will not like every time if I'm just passing the prompt and say that you just follow the pip 8 guidelines and write it down the test cases. It's not make sense. So we have the option is that you can just create a .github files, and inside that you can just add copilot instructions. So I just wrote some instruction here, like this repository contain the Python code sample to demonstrate various programming concept to ensure the high quality of contributions. So likewise, if you're working on a Java, if you're working on the different programming language, so you also have some different guidelines. You can just write it down there, and whenever you're writing any kinds of code, so currently I wrote the code which is the prime number. Let me also just write it down here. Create a code for um, a factorial number, and follow the copilot instruction Copilot instruction. That's it. You can just write it down here. So whenever a new code will generate, so it will follow the entire Copilot instruction, and accordingly it will be generate here. I think I should mention there the create a new code base. So you can see the previously when I just wrote the code, which is the is prime, and there is no kind of any comments are there. But here is created proper functions and define that what will be the number. It should be the integer, should not be consider any other data type, and given the proper comments here. Why is possible? The reason behind that I just mentioned there, you follow the instruction. In an instruction I've just mentioned there, follow the pip8 guidelines. You follow it, use the type hint for every function parameter, and return the values to improve the code clarity and maintainability. So whatever things I have just mentioned there, so it follow the each and every instruction, and it will be generate here. After generating, if you are okay with it, you can just keep it. Otherwise, you can also just remove it there. But in case if you think that it's something, some other things, I can also just add up here. So you can just select that particular line and directly modify, and whatever prompt you want to give, it will be changed accordingly. Now let's focus on it ki how to handle a very big prompt. Suppose I have a instruction which is defined like 20 50, 15 20 lines of statements are there, so we cannot write on a chat. That is the one of the issues. For example, I have uh, this CSV file. I want to do the read the CSV and do some data analysis, create the graph, do the modeling, and then save it. So lots of instruction I have to define it, which is not even possible to do it here. So what I can do, I can write all the prompt in separate file, which is the data analysis dot prompt, which I just mentioned there. So this prompt outline that requirements for creating a Python script. So entire statements are mentioned there, which is not even possible to define on a chat, right? So what I can do, I have to attach this file. You can just right click, add file to chat, and right click, add file to chat, because I also required the CSV file. So instruction is uh, take the file telecom churn.csv and follow the instruction which is given in data analysis prompt. Okay. And finally, create a Jupyter notebook. Okay. So, and make it agentic mode. So when you make it agentic mode here, click on it and it will taking a time to generate it. So till then you can see I just mentioned the four different steps, and the last one is just a note. Key read and process the CSV file from a dictionary and do the data analysis and generate a graph. And general requirement is that you have to follow the instruction. But at the same time, I also mentioned that the copilot instruction.md as well. So that is also follow whatever instruction I have given in the copilot instruction.md. So I think file have been created. You can see that it is giving the proper documentation and everything is defined. I can see proper function is defined it here with the error handling, because error handling I didn't see anywhere. But the copilot instruction I have just mentioned somewhere. You have to handle the implement robust error handling wherever it is appropriate. Right. That is the reason whenever it's created any kinds of code, this is also following the error handling as well. Okay. You can see exploratory data analysis is also done and identify missing on autonomous anomalies values, and some calculation summary, group by aggregation. So whatever things I have just mentioned there, if I'm just writing in each and everything, so it is not possible to define it, right? That's why I just mentioned in a data analysis prompt. So everything is created in a one file. Whatever is required, you can keep it as it is, and later you can just remove it there. Okay. And the last time is also created the unit test as well, because I just mentioned somewhere you have to follow the unit test cases. So that's why I written the unit test cases. And I just mentioned there it should be defined the Jupyter notebook. That's why the Jupyter notebook. Otherwise, by default, it anyhow it will be create in a Python file. Okay. So let me keep it. Yeah, all the files are there. So let's go to the next topic. And whenever you handling the big prompt or writing any code, you have to be specific and provide the what context is there, what is the target audience, if possible, and the breakdown, the task is there. If your instruction is really very big, create a new separate file and then use it. If possible, give the examples as well, so that the model or LLM will understand it, how to generate the answer. Let's discuss about it. A different type of command. We have slash, hash, and at the rate command. Let's do it one by one. Let's start with the very first one, which is the slash command. So suppose I have created the file, which is the first file here, and the factorial number is available and prime number is available. I want to add some errors. Let me just write it down a dot. And if you run it, of course, you will getting the error. So you can just select this file and just click on, it is already given the options, but if you're not given the option, just click on modify and slash fix. So when you write it down a fix, so it will be checked that where exactly the issues. Okay, where exactly the issues. Of course, the dot will create a problem and it will be removed there. So you don't need to write each and every statement. Okay, and there is no documentation are defined here in the factorial number. The proper documentation are defined. I want that documentation should be defined properly. So you can just select it there and click on modify and just write it down or doc. Okay, when you, or else you can also just write it down all the statement that you just define it, all the documentation, what are the arguments are taking it, what are the return values. But with the help of slash command, you can easily find it out. Let me also just do one more thing. Suppose I selected this file, I want to know that what exactly the logics are there. This is the prime number, but in case if you wrote the code, which is really very complicated, I want that it should be give the proper answer, what exactly the logic behind that. I can go modify and write it down, explain. Okay, just explain it. So it will give the proper explanation what exactly this entire looping and conditional statement are doing and how the prime number works here in this code. So this is really help us, and again it is not impacting your existing code. It is separately giving you the entire document, we can say the explanation. Okay, let me close it here. Suppose I want to define it the test cases. You can just select it and just define it here, select test. Okay, click enter. That's it. You don't need to do anything. And separately, you can create a file. Let me just create a file, which is the test case dot py. Okay, test case dot py. And because that file, that entire file which is generated here is not storing anything, so I can do one thing. You can see everything is covered, and the prime number is mostly covered. You can also just take it separately, the factorial number as well. Okay, test cases. Let me just attach it entire the section. Now it's attached. Save it. But I don't know how to run such kind of things. How to run the test cases. So what I can do, I can go with the third command, third symbol, which is the at the rate symbol. I can also just use it. Workspace if you want to define, terminal if you want to define, you can directly define it there. So like I'm just using it at the rate terminal. Okay, at the rate terminal, run the test cases, test case for, if already the file is like says test cases.py, but with hash option, you can select the file as well. Okay, so I'm just covering both the things, like file I'm also selected and a terminal as well. So you can see this command, this hash command is used for a file selection, some code based selection. If you want to do it, that time we are using it here. Run it, it will giving you the code, and yeah, this very one line of code are there. Just open the terminal. Let me open the terminal here. Okay, the terminal open and remove it, clear it first. And there is an option to directly attach it, insert into the terminal. Now insert into the terminal here, and when I just run, the test cases is run and five collected and everything is passed. So this command is really help us, right? Slash command, which is fix, explain, test, and documentation. Hash command, if anything, if you want to select it, either file selection, code based selection. And at the rate command is also for, at the rate is mostly used for a terminal, but when you just using it hash or slash, you're also getting the new options, like I'm selecting the code base, for example, code base. Okay, uh, workspace, not a code base, workspace. And at the same time, okay, workspace is also giving the option to, in case if say there is some issues or if you want to explanation, just click enter and it will give the entire explanation of your entire workspace, entire code base. Okay, giving the entire explanation. There is a three types of mode are available. The first one is ask, edit, and agentic. So I think ask and agentic we did, but we didn't do any kinds of experiment on the edit mode. So edit mode is very similar to the agentic mode. Ask, it is giving the normal summary. What exact, if I'm asking any question like give me the Armstrong number, so it's giving you normal answer here and giving you the code. But is that code, it should be create and separate file. And if I'm asking the same question, give me Armstrong number and create file, and create file. So it will be generate Armstrong number and create one separate file, and that will be store it here. Okay, that is the agentic. It will be as an agent will do the operation for you. And if I'm just accept it here, and in the print statement, I want to apply the logger, for example. Okay, I want to apply the logger. So I will just take the same code. Okay, I will just take the same code, changing the chat mode in the edit session. Yeah, an edit session. I'm just making it here, and take the file is which it's already attached. If you want, we can just use the hash um, apply logger. Means I'm editing something inside the existing code. Okay, so it is also work like agentic mode. Okay, it will be work like agentic mode, you can see, and but edit it your existing code. Okay, so whatever you want to keep it, you can just keep it as it is. If you want, you can just delete it. Let's keep it here. And this option is basically undo, not to keep it. Let's make it yes. And suppose here I don't want to use any kinds of logger, so I can just undo it, so there logger will not attach. Okay, let's keep it, keep it, keep it. Yeah, so logger with does. And agentic mode we already discussed it. If you're going for upgrade version, you can see the add premium model. Let me show you upgrade now. When I just go there, okay, it will giving you the options, 30 days, and per month it will be taking the $10. What are the features you will get it in the features like unlimited agentic mode, but here if free version you don't have unlimited. So unlimited code completion, and access the Anthropic cloud as well, cloud 4 but GPT-5 and Gemini 2.5 Pro. So currently I don't have a cloud sonnet 4. Cloud sonnet is really good for a thinking purpose. You can see cloud 3.5 I have, you will get it cloud 4, and GPT 4.1 which I'm just using it here, you'll getting GPT 5. If you like this video, you give me the thumbs up. And if you're facing any kinds of issues in any process, whatever I have explained, you can just write it down the comment and let me know what kind of video I can just make it in the coming sessions regarding the prompt experiment. What are the problem you are facing it in your industry, which you are day to day life if you are using the chat GPT. So what are the things I can also help you there? If your question is can be possible to give in this short answer, so definitely I can just give you on a chat. But if the answer can be given in the more details, I'll just make the video accordingly. But write it down the comment what kind of video you want to see in the coming sessions.